Good morning, it's day 6 and we are just leaving the Crown Inn in Shap, which was such a pleasant stay. They did all our laundry, we slept in the pods, we didn't have to worry about putting the tent up, and they were just really nice people, lovely people, so thank you so much if you're watching, really appreciate you. So today's a biggie, like a proper biggie. 21 miles to get to Kirkby Stephen. I was just checking the map, making sure we're in the right direction straight off the bat, which is good. But yeah, it's about 7 in the morning, so we get a nice early start, and there's no mountains, so it's just like a little up and down, gentle kind of up and downs, and hopefully we'll get there before the end of the day. Just passing these lovely allotments on the side of the village. See the, I think it's a slate mine quarry behind it, the smoke coming out. Weather forecast today seems a lot better than yesterday. Might be a little bit of rain in the middle of the day at some point, but basically just cloudy day with a minimal chance of rain showers. So look at it always fascinates me the ways they make you get over walls. This one's up the steps. Whoop. Gonna get hit by Paul's pole. Through the little gate. I suppose there's more stony steps on the other side of the wall. So we just reached the M6, that little bridge you see in the background. We've got to cross there, get over the M6, and then it sort of follows the M6 on the other side for a bit before going up. Right, now my turn, but I have to put this down because I can't film her at the same time. Looks like he's hurt his ear a little bit, doesn't he? We're seeing absolutely tons of mushrooms on this section. Look at this perfect one. I suppose it must have come up overnight. It looks kind of like a normal mushroom that you'd buy in a shop, doesn't it? I wonder if it's edible. We don't know enough about mushrooms to be picky mushrooms to eat. This one looks slightly more menacing. We just had to walk through those guys. Whole bullocks. I'm completely over my anxiety at walking through cattle. I mean, they're okay. I think you have to take the approach of not looking them in the eye. Just keep your head down, keep walking, and weave your way through in the biggest gap so that you're not kind of going too close to them. And you're generally fine. Nice view of the mountains in the distance there. A little bit of sun on them. I think this is the final farewell to the Lake District. This is really quick walking on this path. It's such a delight after all the scrambling we've done in the last few days over the Lake District. So I'm having real problems with my knee today. It's really hurting, even though we're on this flat ground, and I've got this sort of pain up the inside of my left knee now. So what I decided to do is take the buff off my head and kind of twist it round so that I've put it basically on the bottom of my knee, like so it cuts in to my knee a little bit. It's quite tricky because my trousers are tight, so it's hard to get under my trousers, but yeah, basically I've kind of put it, oops, I can show you, I put it around here. You can see the bulge of it. And I'm just going to experiment, and hopefully it's going to ease my knee off a little bit. I mean, we've done 3 miles, we've got another like 17-18 miles to do today. It's a long day and I'm already having problems with it, so I just hope that it's not going to get worse. And tomorrow I've got a rest day. Perhaps I can find a little proper knee brace for it in a pharmacy or something. I don't know, have to do some googling later probably. A little bit off terrain, aren't we?
My reckoning is that we start going that way.
Okay. Well, I can see there's a path up this way.
I No, but
So maybe when we get to that top, then we have to turn right.
forget about the paths because there's going to be lots of local people walking.
So this place on the map, on the OS map, says it's Robin Hood's grave. I don't know if that's just like a nickname for the area or whether it actually is. Who knows? There's no gravestone that I can see, but we're just coming down this really steep bit up the other side, as you can see where Paul is. Nice little sheltered area. So we're heading for this little road, which is just down the bottom here. Well, sort of a lane, perhaps more than a road. There's another road in the background. Ooh, more mushrooms. So we've got a new view, guys. This is now heading towards the Yorkshire Dales, and off right to the left we've got the Pennines in the distance, but we can't really quite see them just yet. So yeah, we've got the flat bit in between, and then up into the hills and fells again. So we've got some more signposts now that we can actually follow. It says coast to coast on here. Now we've got to turn left. There's the black sheep in the field. All the rest are white. Just one big fluffy black one in the middle. And this is the cutie little bullock. There's Mummy. Oh, they're really curious. This one's got proper horns on him, look. Gosh, look at your horns. They're quite big, aren't they? Wow. We're on the road for a bit, which is easy walking. So I'm just eating a flapjack. Paul's trying to organise himself so he can get some cherry cake out, which he bought yesterday. So we can save time, because it's a long walk. We want to not waste time today. This is the idea. So we're using the principles of the slight edge, which is a book I read a while back, and it's about kind of all those small actions that you can take, but when the cumulative effect of them all adds up to, in our case today, extra mileage. Instead of stopping and having a little sit down and eating a flapjack, just going to keep walking and eating, have a proper break in the middle of the day, and hopefully that will stop us from arriving too late today. We've already done, I think, nearly 8 miles, and it's 11 o'clock, so we're doing extremely well already. We're passing through loads of really small fields with gates. There's gate, 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 gate. But look at the weather. It's just beautiful sunshine. It's got really quite hot. Definitely in the 20s now. So we've both got our shorts on. I've changed into my shorts now. And it's really pleasant. It's just going to dry us all off from all that rain that we had the last day or two. So much of a difference. Look what we've just come across. In Sun Big in Fun, they do refreshment stall, drinks, snacks and homemade goodies, but we've kind of said that we weren't going to stop, but they've got this little pretty summer house that looks like it's full of yummy things, and a fridge and little chairs. How pretty is that? And it's 12 o'clock. Should we carry on?
I think so.
I think we should carry on, sadly. I'm tempted to just have a look and see what they got though.
Have a little look.
Alright, so we couldn't resist. Paul's just getting the tent dry. Even though we didn't sleep in it last night, it was still wet from the night before. So we're just going to have a little snack. Try not to make it a very long break. Get the tent dry, eat some sandwiches, and move on again. It's a really cute little place. They use the money to retrain old ex-race horses so that they can do something that they're happy doing, apparently. It's really nice. And one of their daughters is becoming a jockey. So the weather's changed again. We've got a little spitty rain, just started, and a bit of a wind, which you can probably hear in the microphone. So I'll just put my jacket on. I think we're at Ufell Mere at the moment. Sheep territory, following little walls. Got this little wall there. And reasonable views, easy walking. An exciting moment. We are now changing the page on the map to the next page. And I just want to mention, I've got this new map case, which Keris very kindly sent me. Keris I met doing the Offansdyke at the beginning of the summer. And she saw in one of my videos that the case had broken, my old map case. Kindly sent me this one by Ortlieb, which has been tested and tried out in the last couple of days. In the rain, it's been literally sat in puddles, and look at the book, it's completely dry. So thank you so much, Keris, we really appreciate you. Just admiring this amazing view. So we just realised that we've been walking on the wrong side of the wall, and we actually need to cross over, try to get on the other side of it. But we've had this amazing view because we've gone up high, but there's another couple walking behind us, and they suddenly appeared on the other side of the wall. So we were like, what are they doing? But on closer inspection of our map, we realised they're right and we're not. So we're just bouncing down this hill, which doesn't actually have a proper path. And I think there's like one of those steps, you know, the stone stiles that go over the wall. We have to climb over one of those basically and get to the other side. It's all part of the adventure, isn't it? Ooh. Alright, so we're now on the right side of the wall, which is a relief. Made it down the hill. I think it was easier walking on the other side, to be honest. Alright, man with the map, how are we doing?
Go down here, and then looks like we cross over the old railway somewhere on the left.
Okay, and there's a disused quarry or something, isn't there?
Yeah.
Look what we just spotted in the distance, this viaduct. Love viaducts. Unfortunately, we are not going on this path here, which goes around that way. We have to go a different way, but lovely to see one anyway. So opposite is that hill where we were on the wrong side of the wall. We've just spotted two walkers. We think we met them last night. It was really sociable in the pub last night in the Crown Inn. We could see two walkers down there, and I think that's Will and maybe Helen. You'll probably see them in one of my videos later, because Helen and Will are both going to the same place as us tonight, and Helen's got more or less the same schedule as me, so we're likely to be walking together because she's also a solo female walking, and she's due to be in on Monday next week, which is the same as me, so we'll see. She also quit her job to do this, so we've got a few things in common. So we're just stopping for a short break. We're trying to keep our breaks really short because we don't want to be too late getting there. So it's now 10 to 4, and I think we've done, how many miles? 15?
Nearly 16.
Nearly 16 miles, which is great because that means we've got 4 or 5 miles to go, and if we're walking 2 miles an hour, which we are more or less, that's like another 2.5 hours of walking, which is perfectly fine. But we're just trying to make sure we eat plenty so we don't run out of energy, and we're both starting to feel a little bit tired now. It's also pretty warm today, so it's good to just air the feet out, give them a little break. And yeah, we've got some chocolate bars and Doritos and some apricots and things like that. We'll just kind of fill ourselves up a little bit, and that should hopefully keep us going for the last little bit. Just looking at this sky over there, it's looking very dark pretty much everywhere else around us. That's the direction we're going in. Forecast said there might be some rain at 5 or 6 o'clock or something, so it's possible that we get rained on later, I guess. Over there it looks like rain as well. And over there it looks like rain as well, but we're not worried about that direction. There's definitely something changing though. So we're going to get moving again. We had a nice little rest. Filled herself up a bit more. Probably got enough energy to get there now, I should think.
We're a lot closer than we thought we were.
Yeah, we're probably about 4 kilometres away instead of 4 miles away. It'll probably seem like 4 miles still, but we'll see. The colours of the heather here are just taking our breath away. We've seen this massive field of heather over there, and it's all just shining purple. Beautiful. So we're just kind of following the slope down into Kirkby Stephen, but of course we left the van, Paul's van, at the railway station, which is further along the road just outside the village. So we've got this plan that we're going to cut off up a footpath, go and get the van, and then go to the campsite instead of going directly into the village, which is further up north. And then we'll walk into the village later, obviously after we've had showers, so that we can find some food. And Paul has to go home tomorrow, so it'll be our last night. But we think up there we got a kind of glimpse of the village, where that mound is in the middle of the screen. Just behind that, I think, is the village of Kirkby Stephen. So we saw a sign back there saying it was 2 3/4 miles away, and it's actually a lot closer than what we thought, because on Paul's Garmin watch it says that we've done how many miles? 17?
Yeah.
17 and a bit, maybe?
17.2.
17.2 miles it says on his watch, and we were expecting it to be 20 miles. I mean, I suppose it might be another 1 or 2 by the time we get there, so it'll be close, but slightly less than we were expecting. Oh, the train. Oh, it's horses as well. Look. We've just seen a really big bull back there. But they all seem quite peaceful, so that's okay. I suppose they're used to people. There's a lot of people doing the coast to coast to just walk through here, so perhaps they don't mind. We'll go under that bridge. So we've just gone off the beaten track where the coast to coast is actually kind of more over that way, but we're following this fence down here because what we want to do is go to the railway station to pick up the van. But you can see this is a footpath, but nobody walks on it because it's just full of thistles and there's no actual path that you can see. So we're just sort of making our own path as we go through. There's a bunch of trees up there. I don't know where we're supposed to go really, but we're just kind of following the dotted line on the OS map that tells us there's a path this way. So hopefully we can get through and it's not blocked off. That would be ideal, because it cuts a little bit of mileage off, because otherwise we'd have to walk all the way into Kirkby Stephen and then we have to walk another 2 miles out to get to the train station where the van is. Don't want to do that really. It's just started spitting with rain. It looks like it's raining a lot over there. So hopefully we won't get rained on too much before we get back to the van. So we made it back to the van. Here's Kirkby Stephen railway station. That was a bit hairy. It rained and rained and rained, just the heavens open for the last bit, and we had to walk on the really busy road down there, which was not very nice at all. But back to the van, and now we go drive a little bit down the road to back the direction that we came in, so that we can go to the campsite basically and get ourselves all cleaned up and go out for dinner, which would be nice. Right, good morning. I have some news that I need to share with you. So we made it to Kirkby Stephen. You can see the van just here in the background. So we slept in the van last night, which was quite nice, having the extra space and big mattresses that we've got there. But I realised last night when I had a look at my legs, I've been really struggling with my knees the last couple of days, but especially yesterday I had to strap it up, as you remember, with my buff, which worked fine and got me here, and I did the 20 miles plus another 2 or 3 miles walking into the village to go and get food, and then back up to the campsite again. So it was a pretty long walking day. But when I was getting undressed for bed, I looked at my knees and they were really puffy and big, which kind of shocked me a little bit, to be honest. And they've been feeling really weak. I'm okay on the flat, but every time I go up or down, I wouldn't say it's shooting pain, but I just don't have the strength in my knees to carry me. Can't get over stiles and things like that, and it's quite uncomfortable, and I was a little bit worried that I'm doing permanent damage to my knees. So we've just checked it out on the NHS website, knee pain and things like this, and looked to see what their advice is. And obviously it's not walking up mountains, is it? So I've made the difficult decision to stop walking. Paul's going to go home today, so he's actually going to take me back with him, and I think we're just going to have to come back another time to finish off the rest, which is sad. But you know, when I think how much walking I've done this summer, I've basically walked 6 solid weeks with only 2 weeks break. That's quite an achievement already, and I've done really well to do that from nothing really. So I feel quite pleased with myself. I don't feel too depressed about it. I think it's better to look after my body and not damage it further, or do something that I can't repair, on, you know, some irreparable kind of damage to my knee joints. That wouldn't be my aim. I want to come back and do more adventures. I don't want to lose the use of my knees. So this is it, I'm afraid, guys. I'm going to do some more videos about the gear that I took and different things, and I'll have some more videos coming up for sure. But as for the coast to coast, it stops here for the moment. So I've got 91 miles to go. At some point in the future I did 72. I will be back though.